Do you know that magical moment you open your air fryer and a batch of pale, sad potatoes, gloomy as a rainy afternoon just minutes ago, has somehow turned into golden, crispy bites that crackle with a single crunch? The kind that almost makes you emotional. And the strangest part? No sizzling oil. No grease splattering onto your hands. So, how does it actually work? Some kind of kitchen magic? If you've always believed that garlic-shaped plastic gadget was just a mini oven, I should probably apologize in advance, because I'm about to ruin that illusion. The real source of that transformation sits right at the bottom of the basket, and there's a very good chance you've never even bothered to look at it once. Go ahead, flip the basket over. That's the real main character of today's story. Here's something you might find a little weird. You don't actually own an air fryer. What you have in your kitchen is a tiny aerodynamic machine, a household-scale wind tunnel, blasting hot air downward so fast that potatoes surrender in minutes. Imagine shrinking yourself down to the size of a teaspoon and stepping inside while it's running. You'd be standing in the middle of a heat storm. Hot air currents swirling around like someone is bending pressure itself. The wind hitting your face would feel strong enough to belong in a supercar testing tunnel, not a place meant for a few chicken wings. And the moment you look down, you'd notice the detail most people ignore, the starfish-shaped pattern at the bottom. At first glance, it looks decorative, almost playful. In reality, it's the brain, the heart, the soul of the entire machine, a tiny design decision that quietly sparked a kitchen revolution. So, why a starfish shape? Because it's about to do something slightly crazy. Think of the air fryer as a magician, and that starfish as the hat where every trick begins. When the heating coil above blasts hot air downward, the airflow hits those angled grooves and gets redirected, like a soccer player flicking a ball to change direction. The grooves push the air sideways, then sling it back upward. The result? A miniature 360-degree vortex, wrapping around every surface of your food at dizzying speed. If that airflow moves at around 70 kilometers per hour, picture what that means. That's fast enough to rip a loose cap off your head while riding a motorbike. Now imagine that same speed, constantly circling a small piece of chicken resting in your palm. No skin stands a chance for long. That rushing air strips moisture away. Just like blowing on a droplet of water makes it dry faster. The difference is that an air fryer repeats this process thousands of times every minute, across every edge of your food. Pure physics, no magic required. And here comes the real wow moment. The starfish design prevents air from getting trapped at the bottom. It lets the flow slip through, shoot upward, and loop back again, forming a perfect circulation cycle. If the base were flat, disaster. Your air fryer would turn into a simple convection oven, incapable of creating that delicate, crispy shell we all obsess over. In other words, the starfish pattern is a hidden physics hack that's been right in front of you all along.
This
Now piece
comparison
the
shows
puzzle
how a
together.
flat base causes
From
poor
the heating
airflow and
coil
heat buildup.
above,
An elevated
hot air
stand
rushes
provides the
downward
necessary
with
ventilation
surprising
for cooling.
force. From the starfish grooves below, the flow bends, spins, and hugs the food. Within minutes, water molecules are forced off the surface, leaving behind the thin, crunchy crust everyone assumes comes from frying. Here's the funny part. Though, you're not really eating fried food. You're eating ultra-fast dried food, a kind of high-pressure sauna for potatoes. Not the sexiest description, but incredibly accurate. Why does this matter? Because once you understand the hidden mechanics, you stop seeing the air fryer as cheap magic. It's a masterpiece of aerodynamic design, a brilliant application of physics wrapped in a slightly misleading name the whole world decided to use. Anyway, and let me leave you with one more thought loop. If a small detail like a starfish pattern can reshape how the world cooks, imagine how many other everyday objects in your kitchen are quietly hiding their own engineering secrets. If you'd like me to keep flipping over familiar kitchen tools from spoons to microwaves, leave me a sign. I promise the next story will make you look at your kitchen through the eyes of a slightly mad scientist.